All right, guys, welcome back. Dustin, I'll get you IP in 1 second, but we are into the pistol. And underway map 2, Encore won the knife round, so they'll start out. Good execution so far. Good smokes off on the backside of the site right now from Encore, but Corn's going to go ahead and already put the first one down. And then sub Nasu, who gets caught by flipping on the backside, so this will give him a chance to get the bomb in position as Mason just lobs out that nade over the top. XR trying to come up, and 3 players held out by these smokes. Really effective execution right now from x6tence. As Stonda still blind up as well. Quarn's going to go ahead and get one more, at least into second Rondus on the backside. But the shot's still raining over, and from above, finally they've got vision. Stonda still trying to find, does get the first, and somehow they've limited this back into a favorable situation on the CT side. As Disturb tries to get the shot over top of Firebox, has to give up on the jump, but they still get on this. Doesn't have a kit, or does? He does have a kit, so Quarn will get this first round. Good retake, good patience to sit outside the smokes. And Encore will get this. Dustin Moret, how you doing, buddy? Some EU action for you. Counterpit League, what are you up to these days, buddy?
Doing pretty good, man. Just doing some stuff over at MLG nowadays with Europe and NA, and it's been a long time since we've casted together. This is kind of a crazy, insane, impromptu, what would you call it, like family reunion? Can we, reunion
I would call
with
it
family?
that. I would call it that.
Okay, I like that. I think the last time we saw each other was probably, what, like 2 years ago?
I think so, yeah. I think June last year was the last time we saw each other.
Mm-hmm.
But second round's underway. We do have a smoke get on connector, so a good close play right now with the pistols to try and get up in hot and heavy against these SMGs. And of course, Stonda, who has the scout, good shot. Excellent play. Good execution. One for the body tap, 70 HP down. Swaps it over to the 5-7. They'll collect on the last as well as Quarn's up inside of mid right now. Good dome out going the backside. Strong position right now from just about everybody on Encore's side, but somehow Mason fights them out here with flipping, and they'll grab this bomb again that was dropped in front of the boxes awkwardly, and now they'll try and rotate it back over to A, but that's where Nasu is waiting in and underneath the shadow. Actually gets above, so he's actually going to push into Palace and try and get a better read on the opposition. They aren't heading directly toward him. There's 33 seconds left. They're actually going to head in toward A ramp, but Stonda already rotating back with this scout, going to find the first one on the way across. So it comes into play, and again, that bomb is dropped in a bad spot. Nasu's on the backside. Exarch's the one that gets the kill, but they both contribute to it. And it's 2-0, only 1 kill down, so despite that it was a long round, the eco didn't really get much going for them.
Yeah, which is not that big of a deal. I mean, second round in a situation like that, you pretty much just go for Tech 9s and hope for the best. Hope you can get a bomb plant, maybe get some economy going for yourselves after you lose that pistol, but it just didn't work out, so they'll just take a full save here. Not a big deal. They'll be back to fight in that 4th gun round, which it would be big for them because they're 1 map down in this series, and being able to get that opening gun down here on T-side Mirage and get something going, but we'll put them towards trying to force the 3rd map and, you know, qualify for the future of this tournament.
Well, that's the big thing, because loser of this series is out completely, and the winner of this moves forward against Gamers 2. Good push right now. Back from flipping with that pistol, but Stonda gets him down in the end, so he's continuing in his strong form at the start of this. 5 kills, 0 deaths, only Quarn with more. And yeah, I mean, Gamers 2, or potentially the winner of this series, who looks to be right now, at least Encore, they're the one map up, and in the drive. I mean, it's early in this map, let's not get too far ahead, but in the driver's seat, one of those 2 will be directly qualified into the league. And then the other side of the bracket's got, I mean, Property, Mouse Sports. There's a lot of talent. G-Play. There's a lot of talent on that side, but only 2 teams will get the invite. Stonda tries to fall off. Exart will get the op-out this time in mid. Second round gets taken down.
Yeah, it's been kind of tough for x6tence these days. After losing Lau just very recently, they've been bringing in Second Ron, and I'm not sure if that's just a stand-in or someone they plan to use permanently, but I've been watching him play. You know, he recently played against Virtus Pro. I think that was yesterday, and they had a tough time there over at the MLG League in a best-of-2, and it just seems like they've kind of lost their footing trying to implement a new fifth, and that is something that they've had to suffer from, especially in the midst of all this tournament play all at once for them. It's kind of tough to find time to fit in your new fifth in the midst of so much play.
That's the big thing. A lot of these teams are so busy. It's not just the top teams anymore that have these busy schedules because there's so much going on. And making a roster change has massive consequences. You really almost have to time when the worst possibility is, or lesser of 2 evils. But here comes your entrance onto B. Flippin does find Disturbed, so now it's going to be Nasu who has to rotate over. Stonda went down just toward the bench on a trying to get a secondary angle as finally bombs in place. favorable situation still for Existence as Moose and Bonnie. Okay, good boost, actually. They're going to put Mason up on top of the... Oh, okay, he fell off it.
Yeah.
So, Spaniards might be good at dancing, but not so much at balancing. They fall off of their boots. But still in good positions on Catwalk to play well and truly off the bomb, and it's planted for them.
Yeah, this is a very good plan for Existence. They should be able to just kind of shoulder peek out, but they peek one by one, and now they have some cover, but Moose and Bonnie gets the diffuser. That's the key kill there. Now you can just keep playing the clock, keep jiggle peeking, and secure the round. So that's just good planning. I mean, you see so many times people plant the bomb inside the site in that default zone, and you kind of, it's so hard to post-plant hold that, but in that situation, good cat control, good plant, and they close out a round.
That's the big thing, first gun. For the terrorists, remember, they don't get the pistol. This means they've got to do it the hard way. But Mirage is definitely another map that the meta has slowly been coming back to a lot more even lately. In fact, there's a lot of teams that prefer the T side of Mirage to get.
I mean, there's so much play on it. There's so many strong, like, 5-man hits you can do on the A bomb site with different smoke variations now, between the classic 3-smoke attack to now the keyed stars 5-smoke attack that we've seen ever since January with X Games Aspen. You know, there's just so much strong executions you can do there. Now, with the new kind of skyboxes that were in the last patch, there's so many different smokes you can throw from upper B all across the map and use that to throw fakes and all kinds of cool stuff. So there's a lot of opportunities here, especially if you can get some mid control, which Existence is trying to do through the underpass right now.
So pressure gets put on Karn as a result. Stonda does pick up the first from the window on the way over, but Karn's going to have to be the one that falls back and make sure he's covering off correctly, and so far he's actually got his attention turned elsewhere. In fact, he's going to rotate all the way off of Connector. So this will give a bit of an opening toward mid, but not if Stonda stays like that. Not if they boost directly into his crosshair. That will mean they go nowhere. And that's going to be exactly the case as Moose and Bonnie now is the one with the bomb. He's trapped.
Yeah, he is trapped and his team's so far away. So far away.
Look at Disturbed. He's already coming in on the flank. He's going to get... Oh, he realizes he had his knife out, but he still gets it. Moose and Bonnie, I don't know how he didn't hear him there. So bomb's going to be completely secured. And now it's just Kyrie and Flippant. Kyrie does want to get very aggressive, though, trying to be speedy on these peaks. Goes right through the Molotov. He takes a lot of damage, but... Actually, only a little bit of damage. The fire didn't quite reach up that high, but he did do massive amounts in the return onto XR.
Just no time, though, I don't think.
No, there's not. They can't get to A. 7 seconds.
They're going to try, you know, in futility, but it's just not going to happen. That just stuck, you know, Moose and Bonnie getting cut off from the rest of his team, getting trapped with the bomb, like he said, inside underpass, getting caught by a guy still playing window, a guy flanking him through underpass. His two teammates are trying to work up A ramp and get some A site control, but, I mean, the bomb was just cut off from the rest of the team, and that's just a tough spot to be in.
They do secure those two weapons, but of course not a lot of money heading their way from that round. Really fast push up mid again from XR toward the horseshoe. Moose and Bonnie just gets out and around the corner in time, but here comes a little bit of pressure on A. That's where all four. There's 5, Matt. There's 5.
It's okay, bud.
4 of the 5 are setting up for an A take, but again, this mid pressure, they're still all the way down there, and there's only one lurk player over toward B, so they'll be able to cut off this A take quite quickly. The problem
there's
is
so
they're
much
all quite
mid
far
control.
Away.
So much mid control from the CT start now. They have so much information from this. It's very dangerous for Existence.
Again, no. Okay, good. There's your fallback. So Stonda does get a little bit closer on A because for a minute he was deep inside window. It was really all on Nasu to get this counter entry kill. He does find the first, uses a lot of the bullets to do so. Then he has to switch it over, manages to still pick up the second one, but no gun dropping in his favor. And he still has very little left in the magazine. Moose and Bonnie around the corner just in the right time, and now Flippin's going to try and get the entry from Palace. Karan does manage to slow down Moose and Bonnie eventually, but this bomb's been dropped. So AK's still up. This does give him a bit of chance. Nade's going to be bounced out. That's going to do damage. That has to do damage. He gets away from it, just barely away from it, so only 3 dealt. But he gets the bomb back. That's the big thing. Smoke to go out. This will cover off, but it's not going to go above, too. So he's got to be so careful that XR doesn't get up above. He doesn't cross. He actually hopes that someone pushes through it.
And just playing around the smoke, actually looking for the kills here. He's going to find Disturb, put Disturb, you know, puts it to between the eyes right as soon as he makes the peek there. That was a tough spot because he really wasn't sure where both those players were. In fact, you saw he was checking CT spawn for quite some time, thinking that maybe they had split up, and he didn't have the information he needed to go for a safe plant. It's very hard to plant on this site, especially when you're at a disadvantage like that, because you know the default plant zone is so open to CT spawn, and someone's there, you're going to get shot. I mean, without any type of smoke cover. So it's just one of those things where he kind of had to go for that play, and unfortunately, just didn't pan out for him.
Kyrie's still very deep in mid. Does pick up Stonda, so he may have got one with the op, but he falls immediately back and pays the price for it. as they give up the mid control. But again, these pistols are all that they have to work with. Secondary shot coming out now from Kyrie over toward B. That's where Disturbed has been playing. We haven't seen a whole lot of him in this match because they haven't really got into B too many times. Only that one eco where they got the bomb down. Pardon me, that guy, it was actually the gun round. That was their first win when they actually.
I think he had that big flank on Musambani a few rounds ago to get the bomb down too, an underpass. I believe that was him that pressed through upper B and got that flank.
It definitely, totally was. But again, we just haven't seen much of him playing in his default because they haven't really been pushing onto him too frequently. We are going to see an A push though. This is going to be interesting because we do have Nasu again, pretty much solo on the A site, and very aggressively so. But he has to pretty much hope for a trade here. At least one has to go down on his entry. And that's exactly what he's going to get. In fact, he may get more. No, he switches over and away from the second player too soon. He does get dropped in the end as Karan comes back over, and he'll get all three. Good hold from him and good rotation to be quickly in position from Nasu's call.
Yeah, definitely, and it's just kind of these naked hits though from Existence aren't really going to do much. I mean, that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing you can do to exploit the fact that Encore's not playing many people on the A site and they're playing more mid-heavy is cutting off those rotations, not allowing them to peek in on the retakes like that. And in that situation, you see Nasu getting a kill, doing a lot of damage to a second. Kern comes around, gets 3 frags. He's not blocked by anything. There's nothing to contest his rotation. And, you know, Existence is going to have to either just go for some stronger 5-man executions, or they're just going to have to do a better job actually getting picks and causing rotations, because right now Encore exercises all the map control that they want almost every round.
Oh, Disturbed. Good spray through the smoke. Flippin's down to 10 HP as a result of that. And X6tence in a great position inside ladder to not only support back to B quickly on a rotation from Catwalk, but also wait for the players that are pushing up to go right by him. That's where they want to go. He drops down the ladder though, so he's got a whole position from lower. This means he does get the first 2 on the cross. That was massive, and now it's all Disturbed back inside the site. He manages to pick up one more, and he's got his crosshair directly on Flippin, but the incandescence of the fire and the fact that there's a wall in between means he has no ID, and as a result, Flippin pops back out. Disturbed will dropped as Flippin now finds himself very lonely and hardly alive as Karan just awaits for his push inside the site.
Yeah, I mean, he had some big clutches against Virtus Pro yesterday on Cash, but just not able to find the same form here in that round with very low HP and just the bomb down and so much information granted to Encore. And that was just a big play there inside the ladder room by Zardy. Just being able to get into a spot, like you said, be able to cut off Cat, fall back to B very quickly. Also, you can peek through that grate and get some information on people trying to go mid-connector. So it's just a very powerful spot to be able to hold. And he actually got 2 kills out of it before getting traded. So that's definitely big there. So all in all, just good holding from Encore across the map, really. It forces another save out of Existence, and they already suffer an opening pick there to Nasu.
Under push coming out though from these pistols. Really good choice to throw out the fire when they did. Is Zardy's going to go ahead and take down Moose and Bonnie, but Karan's going to get Kyrie in the backside. That means it's all left to Sucket Rondis and Mason. Sucket Rondis just try and come around from Catwalk up close. He was the only one not on that train underpass. And Mason wants to try and sneak up, get a secondary angle. He may find Zardy up in toward the vent, but gets dropped in return, so the M4 reigns supreme over the Tech 9. You almost want to call that a fair fight. Former meta, but not so much as of late. Nasu closes out the round, and this is 8 now for Encore. Good response. They may have lost the first gun, but they've gone 5 straight since. This gives money bonus to Existence, though.
Yeah, Existence is going to have enough money here to get a full buy-in, but they just really struggle to find anything. When they've spread out and tried to work picks, they've been shut down completely. The one time that I've seen them really try to run like a heavy side execution, they pretty much got shut down by a player playing underneath the balcony and just kind of the retake coming in directly afterwards. But they're going for a very, very strong A hit this time around, and Flippin will get the opening pick, but Standa has actually pushed in the Palace with the op, and oh my goodness, they cannot trade him. He's got 4. What a play from Standa. I don't understand how Existence is not able to pick him off. He just single-handedly destroyed this round, actually looking to go for the ace here. He did miss the ace. In fact, he would have been perfect accuracy if he would have hit that 5th shot. He actually hit all 4 of the shots he took that round except for that last one. That is insane stuff from Standa.
That was nutty. I actually had the camera, I'm not going to lie, I had it on Kyrie because I thought he was in the better position with the op to get the entry kill on that. I didn't think Standa was going to pull that play off at all.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, it was just an aggressive Palace play by himself, in fact, which is usually pretty easily traded. But no, I mean, even making a crazy 90-degree angle turn to catch the guy flanking in Palace after getting 2 picks on A ramp, Existence could still not get rid of him. And this is something that they struggle doing all map long. They cannot get any entries. They cannot get any picks, so they can't even begin to execute the way they want to.
Karan's going to have to let them go by from under. Stonda does get one more. But look at this peek. It's very aggressive. And Second Rondas takes down Karan as a result. Kyrie's going to retreat back over toward the B apartments. As Flippin picks up 2 at A. Oh, look at Exarna. He's in good position. Too. Yeah, this is huge. This is massive. This will cut off every rotation possible.
Yeah, I don't think Zardy and Disturbed realize what's going on. I think they just think that it's going to be a plant inside the A spot. You see Zardy just trying to clear it out, but that bomb really has just slipped through. And now is coming all the way up around A ramp. So
Flippin's
really
job.
Crazy misdirection.
Yeah, Flippin's job more than done, though. Because, I mean, that second kill at Connector, that was your immediate threat on the entry at A. So now the bomb goes down. Disturbed might get one, but they've got full positional awareness on exactly where he's playing at this point. So 1 out toward A ramp. That's a perfect post-plant situation based on where the bomb is. And Moose and Bonnie just has to stay up close and bait him out. He'll do more than that. Takes him down as a result. So they do get their second round, but it was a long time coming.
Yeah, absolutely. It took a lot to get there. A lot of struggles they had to get through, especially just that one big round by Stondo at the op just a couple of rounds ago. That was really, really just kind of probably demoralizing if your existence to just get caught that way. But Flippin doing great work with those 3 entries over at the A-bomb side to open it up and finally give existence one of the first times I've seen in a while where they had like a mid-round man advantage and they could actually try to use that to close out a round, and they were able to do so that time. But once again, kind of spreading out here, sending a op over towards upper B, looking for some types of picks. Disturbed has done pretty well just kind of jump spotting this, getting the information, even doing a lot of spam damage through there, but never getting caught. And so always being able to kind of hold off existence there.
Spam through the wooden walls at the B apartments. That'll give away to Exarta that they are over in that position. So Disturbed just holds tight back toward the van. Slight rotational change, though. Nasu again aggressive on A, does have support this time in the form of Stonda on the backside, and he might be in the driver's seat this time with the op because they are slowly accumulating outside of A.
Yeah, they don't smoke off that CT spawn, which they haven't really been doing on their execution. Stonda could once again be really big and just kind of crushing this execution all by himself, especially with Nasu's help under the balcony.
Interesting thing, though, Zarda's gone way deep inside B as Musambani's holding 3 players in place. Karan's gone over to join as well, so Disturbed will get Musambani now just finally, but they're soon going to realize that there's nobody else home because here comes Array, takes Stonda in great position. There's your first one, but the smoke does go off. He has to get back up on top of the box and struggles to get the second angle. So it's Nasu. How did he get that one through the smoke? That's nuts. As Karan gets him, and it's going to be Nasu now up underneath the balcony. He's taken out as well. Flipping on the entry. Mason's going to go for more. He manages to drop down Karan, so the late entry pays off. But for a moment there, with Stonda picking up the first 2, I didn't think they were going to get anywhere at all.
Yeah, that was really scary. I mean, he just kind of jumps on top of the box and just kind of, you know, completely takes a detour around that smoke they actually placed on CT spot and pops off 2 frags, and it was looking rough again. Also, he had a really, really good counter incendiary on the A ramp as well to slow down the push. Help Nasu out as well a little bit there underneath the balcony, but it just didn't pan out after those 2 kills. Flippin and Mason, I think it was, just were able to kind of sweep through the site, catch Nasu, catch the Opper, and close out yet another round. And now they actually force Encore onto a save, and they're going real heavy on a push through connector here, but they're just lining up for the spray of Mason and Moose and Bonnie, who pretty much shut that round down faster than we're able to really talk about it. And all of a sudden, existence is slowly creeping back into the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. We don't need to talk about that round. We need to talk about the picture because the economy has been broken despite that money bonus reset. They managed to pick up the 2 ensuing rounds, and we see the consequence of that. Not only it was the rounds before that a lot of that came into play because they were getting 2 to 3 players down. In fact, mostly 2. So they were forcing up some buys, which is how that was possible so soon. But again, they go aggressive in mid. This time it's with guns, and that makes a bit of a difference. Second Rondas tries to go catwalk. He's caught in the backside. Return frag, though, out on Nasu. With Karan down, this leaves just Exard. He's on catwalk, does have full HP, but that flash comes out and blinds him, and he takes a bit in the battle against Flippin. But look at Mason, 3 HP for him.
Yeah, I mean, Flippin has really just been quite the gem for existence this game here lately. I mean, he's already almost at 20 frags right now. He's more than double the second place person on his team. He's just been putting in a lot of work, especially over on some of these A executions. He's been phenomenal, but Zardy is going to be able to rotate to jungle here. And this nade could in fact grab the frag, and it does. What a touchdown pass from Zardy, man. Or as you would like to call it. What do you like to call it? I can't remember. Was it something about Digimon or?
Digimon, Pokemon, Pokeball.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see
That's
what you're referring to. You missed that, didn't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I did miss it a lot. I missed you, baby. It's okay.
That was a really good rotation from Excited because He actually ran into B very early, realized no one was there, and knew that if they weren't making noise in B, sure, there's a chance they could still be going slow, but by getting to mid, it lets him have a better chance at rotating quicker and not giving them post plant. So manages to jump up cap, get back in window, and it was best case scenario. That nade, though, does the damage on the way, and now he just has to take the one-on-one. So Xarda's going to go ahead and try and force the issue here. Flash does go out, forces Kyrie back, has a second. No kit, though. That's crucial. This kill has to come right now, and he does get it. Well played by Xarda. This is going to give them round number 10.
Yeah, I mean, at least existence is keeping the economy in check, but unfortunately this doesn't matter because the next round's last round anyway, and still, pretty much a full buy going to be able to come in here for Encore. Xarda could even, drop an op or something if they wanted one, though they haven't really gone for, well, I guess they had Stonda opping a good bit, but I don't know if that was off of a buy, or in fact he bought a Scout. That's really odd. They're going to go for a Scout op this round. Kind of crazy stuff there.
Stonda that's going to have the Scout too. And he has been playing, okay, he's actually going to be a little more aggressive. He has been playing by ticket booth, and the way they're throwing that smoke, there is a gap over that box, so he can actually get a jump shot from that position quite easily if he needed to do so. But here we go, Kyrie's already got your entry. Disturbed, caught massively off guard at B, and they're going to have to rotate massive off of this because there's no one else directly in position. Flippin's going to go ahead and take down 2 on your A side. On the back side, Mason pushing directly into Checker. They've got full control of pretty much both sites at this point, but B is going to be the one they hold down as, again, Flippin on the lurk. We'll collect one more, and that's going to make it 10-5. Encore still in the lead, but a decent little comeback from existence.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They won the last 4 out of 5 rounds and made the half respectable. I mean, at one point, they were down 9-1. It was looking very, very rough for existence. It was looking like we could see another, kind of one-sided victory. Though I guess Inferno wasn't that one-sided, though. I mean, it was definitely kind of Encore in control most of the game. But here, yeah, existence getting those last 4 or 5 rounds, that's really big. It keeps it 10-5. If they can win a pistol here, they're right back in the game. It could be anyone's game at that point.
Well, Flippin's going to be the man that takes over the duties at B this time, but as we can see, it's looking like it's going to be a very solid A take. So Second Ronda's underneath the balcony, has to be the man to get in position as they flood out the gates. The Kyrie's already found one. Second Ronda doesn't have to do anything because Mason's doing all the work. He waits patiently, but he hasn't hit the shots. Okay, finally does, and the second one, despite missing 6 on the first, walks directly in, and he one-taps out on Stonda, so that'll close it off. Great hold on the A site. And this gives them 6 that can slowly start to accumulate and try and get this back to 10-8, but they need to watch out for Ecos. We all know what they can do in CSGO.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what Encore's play is going to be here. If they're just going to, they're not really going too heavy. This gives them an opportunity to maybe get just a crazy bomb plant and then still buy 3rd round. Because, of course, if you buy too heavy with Tech 9s and head armor and stuff like that, even if you get the plant, if you still might not be able to get the buy that you want in the 3rd round out of getting that bomb plant. So that kind of becomes the idea is to do that. Or what I've been seeing a lot of teams do lately is they'll still buy 3rd round, even losing the first 2 and no plants just because they know they're going up against SMGs. So they can try to pull out their Galils and AKs and see if they can't counter that.
Mason's trying to do damage. It's Kyrie that gets the kills. Finally, Mason gets through the smoke. He gets 1, make it 2. Did close out on the round from him. That's going to make us immediately right back to what we expected to be 10-7. And like you said, the SMG's doing work. He actually only picked up 2 with the SMG, but 1 with the pistol. Same effect. And the bank starts to build. There could be a force right now, really, if Encore wanted to, onto Galils. But it would be such a desperate force without nades enough to execute. It's really not worth it throwing away the lead.
Yeah, but like I said, I've been seeing some teams do that, though, just because they realize they're playing up against a bunch of SMGs. They feel that they can pull out the AK Galil and see if they can't counter that.
But
it's really risky.
If you lose, exactly.
It's 5-0 start to the half.
No, a 5-0 start and a massive economy for the T side.
That's one of the big things. It's less risky to just force buy 2nd round and still be able to buy 4th and only be down 3-0 as opposed to going for the play that we're talking about, where if you mess that up, you're down 5-0 to start off the half, so it's much more risky.
Well played, Flippin. Knows his angles, that's for sure. He gets 1. Musambani's going to get the 2nd on the drop, but Karan's found a way to get back into them right now. And he'll continue forward. Musambani does come around from the cat side. Picks up 1. This slows the push and the bomb with the drop is, well, truly out of position. Spots up the low HP player. Musambani gets Karan. He was only on, I think, 14, so it wasn't a hard shot with the SMB from that range, and he'll close out the round. But now we get to see the buy and immediate upgrade coming out from the CTs. They have to.
Yep, M4s and stuff coming out across the board. Stonda is going to go ahead and get the op over on the other side. He was definitely big on the CT side. Had a couple of pretty big multi-frag rounds there on the CT side that definitely helped out Encore quite a bit. But let's see what he can do here on the T side as You know, this is their first gun round coming out of ENCORE, trying to see what kind of tactics they want to bring out here on Mirage, and it looks like they want to spread out, try to get some mid control, also going to maybe slip one underpass to try to work that as well. Kyrie going to be aggressive on the cat with his op, just kind of checking that corner spot and then slowly angling out, but he will get flashed off. And so mid control has been given up here to ENCORE.
Yeah, given up massively. This forces him out. Watch this push, though. Never mind. I was about to say watch the push from Mason into connector. He gets caught as we still see Kyrie holding this backside angle. A little bit more pressure here from Musambani. Tries to get the peek out from that flash. Counter smoke to come out, and Kyrie still can't find the angle. Does spot one, does get the shot. X6tence goes down. Now he falls. Nade to try and give him a little bit of damage and a bit of help for this 5-7 as he gets back inside the site. Still has to be so careful.
Oh, but Nasu catching
caught.
second round.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good pop flash he tried to chase after, but he literally just caught Nasu right at the end of its effects, and he got the kill. Now Standa taking down Musambani. Now we have an A mid split coming in here from ENCORE, and Kyrie, the only person really going to be able to contest it right away, but he's getting flashed quite well, but he still gets the bomb down. It's the second time he's gotten the bomb down this round, so he's been absolutely big this round for his team. Nasu trying to chase him down and kill him, but can't get it, but all that kills big because now he can plant for Cat.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. They won't give Kyrie half the time of day to get the shot off, and he doesn't actually go for the spam shot. Does late, but trying to hunt out on that one player a little bit too aggressively. Gets caught by Standa in the end, and
wow. I mean, that round literally came down to that second to last frag. Because if they wouldn't have gotten that, there was no way they could safely plant towards jungle and catwalk, and then Kyrie still could have been effective from CT spawn with his op. But with that frag, Kyrie was pretty much eliminated from the round.
Go passive. Stonda's being this time very forceful mid presence right now. Mason's gonna get one, but that flash goes over the top, and great play from Karan. He just waits in position. Musambani, meanwhile, does pick up one on the A take, or pardon me, on the A hold from the connector. That was your underpass player that tried to get up close and try and force the issue. But look at Standa just lurking forward now with this op at B apartments. He needs to be careful. He's got Flippin that's getting close, and very close indeed. He doesn't hit that shot. He goes to the Tech 9. This will do it. It has to. No! How does Flippin win that duel with the Deagle up close? I know it sounds weird that we're saying that. You'd think in CSGO that's traditional, but not in CSGO. But Kyrie's still on the backside of Checker. He'll pop out Nasu as he tries to cross over. Still waiting for the secondary shot. Bomb tries to get position. Karan's got company, though, and Musambani gets it from Catwalk. So they'll get back immediately into ENCORE, and I think this is going to get down to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, that kill from Flippin was actually probably the round right there. If he goes down, ENCORE gets into the B bomb site much faster, beats the rotate through market, and probably gets a safe bomb plant, and then plays out what that would have been like a 3-on-2 situation at that point. So that would have been really favorable, but because Flippin got the kill, he put it into a 2 versus 2 for 1, and he slowed down the attack B, which allowed his team to rotate and be in position, you know, allowing Musambani that time to get up Cat and be on a proper flank, and so that was just a really big moment there for Flippin to be able to outdo the Tech 9 as x6tence is just holding down this eco from ENCORE quite easily over at the A bomb site, and now they're just 1 round away from tying the game up at 11-all.
Yeah, really good hold. This is their map choice, by the way. ENCORE had picked up originally Inferno, as we saw, and they actually did pick up that as a win as well. So 1-0 in the series, and it's cash if we go further, because that's looking likely, or at least like a possibility. Remember, this was 6-1 at a point.
9-1 at one point.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, it went further than that. 9-1. It was a late comeback for x6tence.
Yep, they won 4 out of the 5 last rounds to get it to 9-6, or 10-5, excuse me. And now they're here, 11-10.
x6tence, good one around the corner. That takes down Kyrie. Musambani's got to be careful because his teammates are slowly dropping down. They managed to claw it back a little bit further as Nasu does get canceled out, but Musambani, so much smoke in the window, has to be forced off of it. And this opens up the backside of the B site. Flippin's got to come around the long way. He already pushed forward inside apartments. I don't think they're going to be aware of it. He catches them off. There's your first kill. As x6tence goes down, Flippin gets double, almost a triple, but Musambani's going to beat him to it, and now we're tied up 11-11.
Flippin's about to drop a 30, man. I mean, he has just been absolutely, like I said earlier in the first half, a gem for x6tence. I mean, just really key on that comeback in the last 5 rounds of the first half, especially with his entries on the A bomb site. Like I said, over there towards the end of that end of their T side, and here on CT, he's been great over at the B side. You know, winning the last couple of rounds for them, really.
A rush, massive A rush. Bomb gets into position. And somehow Encore are doing this with only the pistols. They'll try and secure a position right now. Stonda's got to hold and try and cover off for x6tence, who's deep inside the site, but the retake's coming. They're all swarming the site, and they desperately want to try and get inside. There's your pistol shot over the top. Flippin eats that nade, though. And look at Musambani around the corner. Actually gets taken down as Stonda gets Mason just before that, does manage to collect the kill. They'll get on this defuse immediately, and there's not much at all here. Yeah, that's going to get held all the way through. Yes, it does.
Yeah, I mean, all he could really hope for was a miracle coming out of that smoke to try to get the diffuser off, but it's not going to happen when there's 3 guys all kind of staring at the smoke in A-ramp. And so x6tence takes the lead for, I guess, the first time this game. Yeah, I think so.
Yep, first lead for them in the game, and if there's a time to lead, it's late. That's exactly what they're doing. Again, accumulating over toward A site this time. They'll throw a late smoke onto the catwalk, keep Kyrie in position, or at least force someone to come out and help out on the mid, and buy themselves some time on A take, because Nasu wants to try and come in. He gets through that smoke, but look at the fire that's waiting for him. It's a barbecue. It's an absolute feast. He still gets further. So aggressive play from him, and look at him checking every single corner. Just wants to find one player, one desperate player, and the bomb's trying to come in. They went for these aggressive smokes, and so far it pays off as Second Ron's forced all the way back inside CT, and Nasu's going to go ahead and take down Musambani. 10 players were up when the bomb went down. It's down to 9. Mason's going to make it 8, and we're going to count them all the way down here as they continue to try and get the damage in on the retake.
Yeah, I mean, the retake coming in here from x6tence are trying their best at this point to see if they can get any headway. They do get into the sandwich, but Stonda with the op from A-ramp is going to protect this player inside there. Not allow the kill from x6tence to come in. Flippin and company still trying to work their way in. Second Ron is also still up, but time has ticked away so far already. And Encore, that was actually a little bit of a different variation on the 5-smoke attack on the A-bomb site. Normally, you just see a straight diagonal line through the A-bomb site. That goes basically from stairs all the way towards CT spawn, but that round they just did kind of a straight line across the A-bomb site, basically from stairs to that back firebox wall. So it was kind of a different variation on smokes on the A-bomb, so it's kind of neat.
Yeah, it definitely covered off a little bit more in CT as well when they got that deep. As Kyrie's going to go ahead and get aggressive. He finds 2 right there as Mason contributes to 1 just before that. It's x6tence and Stonda that's left.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough 2 versus 4 for them here, as they did well to tie this game back up in the last round, but now trying to get the lead back is going to be a whole other story with the position that they have right now. It's very awkward.
Stonda, he's going to come around the corner and get caught. No, Kyrie's going to get him before that, but that'll be it. Musambani gets the kill immediately after. I thought he was going to walk out with his back. Yeah, I thought he was going to walk out with his back exposed, but x6tence clawback, like you say.
Yeah, they really want to force that third map, which you said would be cash, I believe?
It will be cash, and that's, I think, a toss-up between the way the 2 game styles of these 2 teams.
Yeah, I think I watched x6tence play against Virtus Pro on cash yesterday, and it was a rough game for them, to say the least, but that's Virtus Pro, the best cash team in the world, so this is a little bit of a different situation. I missed that, sorry.
Disturbed, no, it's okay, we got it, don't worry. Disturbed is doing massive work with the Deagle. 1 on window. Musambani finally gets back, but talk about style points right there from Disturbed.
Makes it a scary round. It's 4 versus 3 now for Encore. And while they may not have a whole lot to work with, in fact, 2 of their players are still on just Glocks. They're causing a lot of rotations and shifting, and they might find a gap.
Rondis tries to hold off the backside of A, trying to pop out back and forth with this velocity. Actually could see Nasu standing still and wide in the open, but was in the middle of a reload, so couldn't get the shot off. Now they'll push forward on his position. Does manage to get the first, and Flippin and Musambani now have it down to just Stonda. Nade's going to do it. Well thrown by Flippin.
I thought they were going to get the bomb plant there from Encore. That would have been a crazy success for a round where they really only invested, I mean, not even $2,000 on that round. I mean, they had the Deagle on 1 player, and then I think they had a couple with 250s, but the other 2 were on Glocks. So and they didn't really have any nades either, so almost getting a bomb plant out of that. A little bit scary, but that nade comes in the clutch for x6tence. Holds off the bomb plant, and now they're 1 round away from match point now. We do have Encore on a full buy, and they have been able to get a couple of rounds here and there this half, but for the most part, x6tence have held well on CT.
It's a long way back for Kyrie. Look how much damage is done to him as he gets through that fire, as he went very aggressive. That'll force them out from behind the boxes, that secondary Molotov that gets thrown, but the smoke won't give them any vision. Musambani gets very passive in the window.
Yeah, at this point, he's just waiting to see if someone's going to come out underpass and kind of hop on that wall and peek in the window, see if he can't get a free frag that way. But not going to happen. Eventually, he'll just rotate off to B, where I think his teammates call him that he heard a little bit of noise taking place over there towards upper. They're actually working their way up cat, too.
Look at this push, though, from Sukaran. He's going to go forward. He actually gets dropped by Nasu, so that changes things around over toward A as this bomb gets slowly closer and closer to connector, and Musambani's in a good spot from Catwalk. If he can pop out at the right time, he does. Only gets one, though, and they actually get stunned to go right back in, so it's all left to Kyrie. And we already saw how much HP he lost early in the round. 1-on-4, just the off to work with, and only lags him up. Bad luck on Disturbed. And
I'm not understanding that. Suck It Ron has done that a couple of times where he's just tried to press A by himself, and there's no one there on his team to trade. So when he goes down to Nasu, all you really have done is given Encore a free man advantage, or just added on to whatever advantage they already had in the round. And you can't do that. Individual push plays like that, especially when you're up 2 rounds and it's so tense like this. It doesn't make any sense to gamble pushes like that by yourself and just kind of, like I said, give free frags to Encore and give them a much easier route into the A site. And now, look what you've done. You've put your team on a save and you've given Encore an opportunity to tie this thing up at 14 all. And that's just rough.
Massively rough. Massively rough indeed. And there it is. Mason's already going to go down. Rotation coming in from Flippin'. And that flash going to hold out Kyrie as well. Up close and personal with Suck It Ron, but he's dropped. And now Kyrie just desperately spams through the smoke. X6tence in a good spot above as well. He'll spam through. Nasu's going to be the one to get the kill. And Nasu's going to go further. Second one into Kyrie. And Standa doesn't even leave B. He's still hanging out over there. They didn't even need to rotate.
And they did that setup again. Like I'm saying, this is a new variation on smokes you see, because in the past what you used to always see is like a really shallow smoke towards jungle and then top stairs and CT spawn, right? Then all of a sudden you saw Keydstars coming at Aspen, and they did this crazy 5 smoke setup where they did deeper jungle and connector smokes and then a straight line of smokes diagonal through the site. And now Old Spice comes in, and they're running these, and then they're doing these 3 smokes horizontal across it, which is a new smoke creation on A. Yeah,
hello,
and
ladies.
Coming in again.
Exactly. I was gonna say Karan. He wants to be the new Old Spice man because he ain't got no filth. He just got sexy clean entries. Making a third. Musambani falls into him, pretty much impales him with the barrel of his gun. Now Disturbed's gonna chime in and say, "Hey, I want to be part of this party." That leaves Kyrie left. So Encore may have taken them a while to get the momentum back in their favor. Look like they are shifting it, and they'll get back onto match point. It looked like x6tence were firmly going to be the ones to get there, and this is just... it's tragic because, again, lose this map, you lose this series, and you're done. Counterpit is over for you.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, it's a nice little $50,000 league for a team like x6tence, who we don't see a whole lot of, if we're honest, right? I mean, in LAN play, I think the last time I saw them was probably when they were over gaming at ESEA when we were together, or like DreamHack Valencia. Otherwise, they don't get out there a whole lot. See them in a little bit of online play in the European tournaments, but otherwise you don't really see them in a whole lot of LANs, and it's unfortunate. It would have been cool to see them progress through something, but like I said, they're definitely going through some roster issues right now, losing Lau and having Suck It Ron coming in, who, like I said, I'm not even really sure if that's like kind of a permanent fixture for them or not.
Yeah, it seems like the whole Spanish region has been changing things up. Obviously, Fox pulled off of the former Kick roster onto the Kingwin. That roster looks interesting, I have to say, but we'll see if it pays off or not. Mason's going to get flashed off. Still a lot of entries wanted over toward the B side as Kyrie's late on the rotation. Mason does manage to get one just before that. And here it comes, the full take in. It's going to be Mason that comes back around the front side. Slow rotation. He actually fell off middle. He was a little bit scared as Standa forced him off it, but the bomb's down. They actually have control of it. Never mind. Nasu's going to take that back, and Kyrie's going to go ahead and find Disturbed. This brings us back into a 1-on-2 now as
Suck It Ron with the Nova saving the day right now, honestly. He puts this into a 1 versus 1.
Stuck in the fire, so he definitely saves the day, but now he puts it back to a 1-on-1, and Nasu realizes they're over at B, so he'll get the plant off of this.
He will, but Kyrie is pretty quick to jungle, so he has an opportunity to catch Nasu coming off the site, and he does. There it is, and now it's going to be overtime. Suck It Ron has had such a tough game. Like I said, there was a couple of rounds where he was pushing A ramp by himself and kind of giving up free frags, not allowing his team to trade, and that was really kind of a key point in Encore winning a couple of those last rounds. But right there, his 2 Nova frags literally kind of bailed x6tence out of a really tough spot, and now all of a sudden we have an overtime here in map 2. Incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy that we would come back into that. Uh-oh.
Literally 25% of his frags for the whole entire match just saved the day right there.
Okay, I thought we had a server glitch there where it wasn't going to restart the round, but you actually had to re-ready up. So They are immediately back into it, and we will get overtime underway, 15-15. Obviously, the score, and it's MR3 for this league, so it's the MR3 10K setup, the more traditional setup. Double up, though, from the CT side. That's desperate. That's deep, because this is a massive investment, and if this goes wrong in the first round, this gives Encore a really good chance.
Surprising to see Sucker on with it, too. That's not the guy you would expect to have the second op if there was going to be one. Let's see what he can do.
Kyrie gives up mid. This allows x6tence to get a little bit closer right now. They'll smoke both high and low on the connector. And x6tence is going to push through it. I don't know how deep he can possibly hope to get inside it. Does spot up 1 minute just to try and spam him down, but Mason gets the response. Make it a double for him. Down to 39 HP, but he's still alive and still wreaking havoc. He'll fall through that secondary smoke that was thrown out by his teammate, gets himself back into some safety. And this massively cuts up the offense. So the double op pays off as Nasu also going to drop down. So second run does make it pay off, but Stonda is going to have to pull off a magic trick. Not going to happen. Flippin's on the flank.
Counter-terrorists win.
And then you kind of have to wonder how this overtime is going to go, because both teams had, you know, big CT sides throughout the whole game, only to let up on the last 4 or 5 rounds to allow the other team back into the game. It is basically the story of both halves, really. So who can kind of continue that trend? Who can put in some of these last-minute T rounds to actually close this game out? That's really the big thing. As Kyrie's going to get aggressive on Pal, it's not going to spot anything. But now he has such... Oh, wait, they're going to get up on Tetris and Scoob and... Oh, man, that's so unfortunate.
Good entry from Encore. Nasu makes it started off. He's not done yet. He wants to smoke this over. They really want to close off on jungle. He wants to hold everything out as Disturbed comes around the front side. He's going to get taken down, though. And Mason, up over the top, does get 2 before Karan gets back into him. So this evens it up a little bit. Gets us back to 3-on-2, but that bomb's still not in position. Because as we can see, lurking on the backside of CT is Flippin. And Musambani's up close on jungle.
There's no nades left for Encore either, so they can't even properly cover their bomb planter right now. So they pretty much have to go for frags. They can't smoke off CT or something like that and go for a plant right now.
And the problem
That's
is
so
that
unfortunate.
smoke on jungle doesn't give them the chance to get a shot at Musambani, who changes his angle.
Yeah, they literally can't do anything right now but just sit and wait and hope they can get a pick on someone peeking from existence. And there they just got it.
Beautiful shot, too. Over the top of the stairwell. As x6tence does try and get back over, he has to support this so well as Flippin's patient. He's going to find the first, does manage to take down Karan. Pops out, but with low HP, Stonda makes it count, and we're back to 16s. And the money stabilizes a little bit, but it's going to be... I mean, it's the last round of the half, so they could actually go straight back to the double op. I thought they might be light on it, but they're not.
And that's so rough, though, because you saw the way that round really kind of unfolded and crushed existence right off the bat was the fact that Kyrie goes for an aggressive palace push with the op, and yet he had no one covering him. So when you saw Encore press up A ramp and go to Tetris and stuff like that, they just got a free kill on the side of Kyrie's head. And yeah, Mason brought it back there for a second with a couple of key frags, but it was still always Encore with the man advantage that just from the kickoff of that round. And that's kind of that has to stink if you're Kyrie to not have your team kind of cover you or at least give you the information they're up Tetris so you can get out of harm's way.
Suckeron is on the backside with the op. He's under the threat right now. Does spot him. Oh, and it's a double. They crossed over. x6tence jumps into it. He picks up Nasu as well. Massive play right now from Suckeron. We've been calling him out a little bit for how he pushed with the M4, but when he
is the
op,
hero on last rounds of halves. I tell you what, man.
Man, oh man, he pulled that back huge. Disturbed, gonna get Flippin. This does slow a little bit of the rotation down, but he does have the ball. I mean, he can't get in position to put it in place. Excuse me, as he has to fight out Kyrie, and Mason's already there. What a double from Suckeron.
Like I said, he's literally the hero of last rounds of halves. I mean, they're at the last round of regulation. Those 2 Nova kills, it's pretty much what saved the day for existence and actually got this game in the overtime. And then right there, that 2-for-1 op, and then he got a third one right afterwards is literally what just crushed the Encore execution on that last round of the OT half before it could even get started. And so he's come through in a big way. I mean, I know he's, you know, pretty much half the frags of anyone else on his team, but the bulk of his kills, like half of his kills, really have come in really clutch moments at the end of regulation, at the end of the OT first half there.
Also already finds one. Disturbed through the smoke. Shuts down Mason. Remember, it was the CT side that was so strong for Encore in the first half. So we'll see if they can get another good start because they're going to need to. They are a round down. Is 1 going to be the magic number on T? I mean, Mirage has potential. MR3 has potential where there's not really momentum that swings either way to add up and stack up consecutive overtimes. So it's 1 smoke out now. That'll help Stonda get a little bit more space to breathe, but they're going to push through this. Kyrie's going to walk right through it completely uncontested. There's no smoke, there's no flash, there's nothing else. They just walk into the slaughter.
Like I said, I've seen this a lot from Existence on their T side. Even in regulation, these naked hits on the A bomb site, no real smokes or anything to cover the retake points, and so Encore just kind of gets free peeks from pretty much anywhere they want to. And another big thing is Existence can't even punish individual pushes. Like, Nasu pushed past by himself. That could have been an easy pick because there's no one there to trade with Nasu if he fell, and they couldn't get it. So this has just been the story of most of Existence's T side throughout this entire game, has been the inability to punish Encore aggression, the inability to get picks, and in all honesty, just a weird way to execute that kind of makes you scratch your head. These naked pushes.
X6tence dropped into mid, so he has to push this underpass. If he does pop up right now, though, he may catch them off because they're setting up for the nades. He only gets one with that much bullets, though. Has to fall off because he couldn't collect Kyrie sooner. So this gives a massive opportunity for Musimbani to fall back up mid and get into safety. As Mason did catch Disturbed on B, so now they can actually hit onto it, and that's exactly what they're doing. Mason's going to go a little bit deeper. Does try and hold out Karan on the backside as Disturbed is already dropped. We mentioned that. And there it is. Mason's going to get one more. Existence are looking to get their first T-sided round, although they're just getting the bomb in place, and they are low on HP, so Stonda's come around with the AWP. But Nasu's going to be the one that has to open up space for him.
Yeah, they're both stuck in the market. They're both trying to come out right now, as it will be Nasu trying to come out the window. He does a nice molly towards bench and flushes Mason out, but still does not get the kill. Stonda will finally go at the 250, but still a really tough 1 versus 2. And with an op, this is not really the best close quarters retake gun you could have. But oh, what? What?
Okay. Whew, I was gonna say one was relying on the other, and they definitely heard him jump on that. I mean, I guess it was probably well.
If he would have pulled that off, I would have uninstalled Counter-Strike right here. I would have been done.
I have to agree.
I would have retired.
I mean, they definitely, Musimbani definitely was counting it down, but man, I guess they thought he was trying to bait out. But they peeked it together. It was more calm and collected than we thought in the end, but that was I wouldn't have expected it to even get that far.
He was 2 seconds away, man. That's a little scary.
So Stonda's going to hold the mid this time with the op. Mason.
As this is either the win for Existence or Encore pushing this to a second overtime, by the way. So this is it. This is the round. If Existence wins, we have a map 3 on Cash, I believe. So
it is Cash for map 3. Slowly, the terrorist sides stack up. Inside the B apartments is Disturbed that waits outside as we see X6tence down below. Disturbed actually going to get aggressive. He's going to push toward this. And it's a bit early. 45 is usually the mark for the push when we see Snacks do it on Virtus Pro, but Disturbed gets up a little bit closer, a little bit sooner. He falls off based on that spam. Still no information gained. And X6tence is waiting for the call. He needs to know exactly where to pop out and when. And he needs to do it right now because they're pushing him on Cat. Around the corner they go. They get beyond the fire. He does actually manage to collect the first. I thought that was a kill with the gun, but it's not. Musimbani waits behind for the flank play, but the entry on B is coming in massively from Mason. He does get dropped eventually, and it's Stonda to get the kill. He can't pop out with the op and get the second one, though. That gives Musimbani a little bit more space to try and work in close to the site, but he's got to be quick because Nasu is rotating over, and Stonda's going to do it. We're going to double OT.
What have you brought me into, Matthew? What have you done?
I brought you into a marathon.
You did. You did.
Welcome to it. Don't complain, buddy. It's the greatest thing ever. We're back together,
It's a
boys.
great game.
The band is back together.
The boys are back in town. I can't remember who sings that song. It's like an old rock song.
Not Journey. Not. I don't know. I can't.
No, it's not even close to Journey.
I know. You're right. I can't remember who it is either.
Okay.
White Snake. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go, though. No, I don't know. Throwing you inside of A. As Nasu does pop out, that's Kyrie down. They almost line up and give him a triple right there, but it only ends up being a double as Second Ron does go back into him. So Disturbs on the rotation. Stonda's going to get dropped as well. So Existence are starting this off reasonably well, but as I say that, there goes your bomb, and it's all left to Musimbani.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in if you're Musimbani, trying to carry the weight of your shoulders here in a 1 versus 2. And so he's going to make his way into the A-bomb site, and he can't even really safely plant at this point because he's not really sure what's going on. He has only a flash and HE left. He's going to try to use the rest of the smoke as he can to get a plant, but I think he just heard some noise over towards CT spawns and realizes he can't safely do it. And there, he peeks out only to meet Disturbs in 4. And so it will be Encore taking the lead 19-18 here in the second OT. And like we've said, I mean, CT has not been a problem really for either team. It's just been trying to find those handfuls of T rounds you need just to close out the game, and so far neither has been able to do so.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Frag distribution, by the way, in Existence. 33, 27, 27, 27, 14. Second Rondis is the one that's behind, but again, he's the one that clutched us to get us into overtime, so you can't really
And
call him
clutched
out.
us in the first half of OT as well with the big triple op round. So half his kills have come in really clutch situations to help his team.
Push coming out from Exarda, can't find anything, does get slowed down. Stonda is the one inside the window, tries to pop out for a secondary shot, doesn't quite get there in time, but Exarda will readdress that angle. Mason gets disturbed, so this pulls Exarda back over toward the B site. He may just get there in time, but he's definitely going to be heard. Absolutely heard as Mason tries to get flashes out. Mason tries to get too many flashes out, doesn't have his gun in position, does finally pull it back, but Exarda's there to get the kill. Bomb slowly lurking in toward him as well. He's already spotted him. He spotted him on that jump.
Yeah, Existence is just too far spread out. I'm surprised they even went for that B attack right then and there because the bomb was lagging so far behind. And the other teammate as well, Flippin, also very, very far behind. In fact, Kern's been stalking him this whole time through T-spawn from A, and he does get the bomb down on the Musambani right there. So I think Existence is just too spread out, too lag behind each other, and they're not able to execute as a team.
Counter-terrorists win.
And ENCORE grab the second round on the second OT. This means we get one more from them. They're on match point when we swap over. And that's
Yeah,
a pretty
pretty
good place
much.
to be in.
Yeah, I mean, Existence still has something to work with here. I mean, but they're on 2 Galils. They have no op, so it is definitely a tougher play. And they also don't really have that many flashes. They have no Molotovs either. So only 4 smokes and 3 flashes to their name and 2 Galils. So this is going to be tough to execute with. Not that they've used a lot of smokes anyway at most execution. They've run a lot of naked hits, to be honest.
I actually just drew on the map. I was expecting that to be an underpass push with Second Rondis trying to peek out toward mid and take for an A. But without the op, they're not going to do that. So they are just waiting and accumulating inside the B tunnels. I thought for sure that they were looking for a split onto A. It just seemed right. They had all the smokes to do it. We've seen them do it before. But that's not the case.
Yeah, the bomb's actually going to be backtracking to upper B now, though, to T-spawn, but I believe there's one pressed up. No, it's not. Okay, it's just going to be Kyrie sitting over there. So they seem to be gathering up outside the A-bomb site now. They do still have Musambani, who can try to work underpass the connector and help split A that way. And that seems to be the play they're going to go for here.
Yeah, Musambani definitely wants to try and get into position. Fire goes in onto him. He does get that smoke over top. Still trying to make his way around the corner, but need to be so careful because Stonda's at the top of the stairs. Who's behind them? It's Xart. He's already down the ladder. He manages to pick up 1. Karn's going to go ahead and take 2. And it's all left to Flippin. Stuck inside Palace, and we are going to be on a flawless half from ENCORE and 3 match points. That's a big thing right now in overtime, the way these two teams are playing.
Yeah, I mean, Existence just looks so lost on T-side Mirage. I mean, yeah, I know both teams kind of struggled on T-side, which is why we saw this go to overtime in the first place. But at least when you watched ENCORE play T-side, you could actually see the thought they put in some of their executions. Like I said, that new variation on smokes, how they walled off the A-bomb side on their T-sides a few times was big. Whereas with Existence, they don't even really seem to have smokes to use on the A-bomb side, which is so weird. And here's Stonda taking out Kyrie immediately over at mid, and this could be it here. This could be spelling all of it right now. Again, that opening pick so fast.
Oh, does he spot the second player above the smoke? He's not able to. So they don't get the kill in the end on that one, but they still have the man advantage to work with, and a very low Mason right now. Excuse me, does try and fall back over to where the window's 7 HP. Bomb's relocating itself, though. Bomb's slowly falling back up toward the horseshoe and over toward A.
And they still have a lot of smokes and Molotovs and stuff like that as well to use on an execution. So this could be a very dangerous hit. It's going to be a really big moment here from Musambani, who's pretty much alone in the A-bomb site right now to try to hold this off. And they have 1 player upper B as well who's going to hold those 2 players B probably.
Musambani, yep, he's got to be the guy that does this right now because they have pulled those 2 players as we just isolated on the map. So Musambani gets close, disturbed. It's all a fake. We'll keep it here because it doesn't matter what goes on at B. It really comes down to this 1 player from Existence. Second round is going to slow them off. That Molotov will force Musambani in a different... It doesn't fall. It didn't get through the hole, so Musambani gets in with 8 HP as he's tagged up. They know he's there. There's nothing he can do, and ENCORE look like they're poised to take this map. It all comes down to Second round, and that's going to be it. Great execution. Good hold on the 1 lurk player. And there we have it.
Disturbed did such a great job. He even got a kill over at B to hold off any type of rotations. Like we said, forced Musambani to have to try to hold that A-bomb site by himself in that last round from under balcony. And unfortunately, he just got blitzed. I mean, there's not much he could do.